Kira is in year 6 at a new coastal primary school. She just moved from the Gold Coast where her primary school embraced Aboriginal culture. This was often through regular acknowledgement of country and through visits from local elders to the classrooms. Kira was so proud and had even come in with her mum on occasions to show off traditional Aboriginal ways of painting, and they even read Dreamtime stories to the class and at assembly with her face painted in black, red and yellow. Due to her family's work commitments, Kira found herself down the coast at a new primary school with a new group of peers. Feelings of uncertainty sunk in as she entered the classroom. Will her new school be as enthusiastic about Aboriginal culture? Days, then weeks went by, and Kira had not heard one acknowledgement of country, nor did she hear anything about Aboriginal history until NAIDOC week crept up. Then her teacher all of a sudden began to do Aboriginal art in class, mentioning Dreamtime stories. They even put on rabbit-proof fence for all the students to watch. With this, Aboriginal history became prevalent with only mention of the discovery of Australia linked with the First Fleet. Kira became confused as to no one seemed to care about her culture before, and now for one day people became interested. This isn't even all of the history either. Questions filled her head such as, am I only important some of the time? Do people actually care? Deficit discourse, as described by the Lowitja Institute, is the disempowerment of thought, language and practice. Unfortunately, teachers may have predetermined understandings on Indigenous issues shaped by political views, family beliefs, the media and other factors. To stop this, teachers can delve into students' virtual school bags to minimise this having a negative impact on their learning in the classroom. This is prevalent here as Kira feels like a minority, with her Aboriginal culture not portrayed regularly and positively compared to her previous school. With these questions, Kira separated from the activities being presented, as they were not even close to the cultural experiences that she'd grown up with. Frustration and disconnection with classmates, as well as absences, started to occur. Kira had only been there a few weeks, no one would understand, she thought. One day, Miss Deans met with Kira during reading time and tried to uncover what was going on. Miss Deans had never taught a class with an Indigenous student and was new to what might be in Kira's virtual school bag. Kira mentioned the activities at her previous school, the Dreamtime stories that were shared with the students, the acknowledgement of country and craft that could be done. Kira even mentioned that her name in the Yugambeh language on the Gold Coast in Queensland means leaf, and in the Murray dialect, to live. Miss Deans didn't realise how proud Kira was of her culture and all of the opportunities that can include Indigenous education in the classroom. Miss Deans spoke with Kira and invited her mum into the classroom after NAIDOC week to educate the students further in the classroom about Aboriginal culture. This began the steps needed for turnaround pedagogy in the classroom and the school, and to remove Aboriginal stereotypes in learning. Turnaround pedagogy refers to the rethinking of engaging with students in the classroom who need differentiation. In this case, turnaround pedagogy can reverse the effects of the deficit discourse towards Aboriginal education and open the minds and virtual school bags of students. Miss Deans, Kira and her mum met with the principal to discuss how Aboriginal pride and culture could be implemented further within the school, and many ideas arose, such as the 8 ways of teaching, elders coming to visit, and tutors and mentors for Aboriginal students transitioning to primary school and high school. Kira spoke and stated that regular acknowledgement of country is a really simple way to respect the traditional owners of the land and normalise representation of Aboriginal people in a school setting. Without knowing what was in Kira's virtual school bag, Miss Deans or the school would have missed many opportunities to include authentic Aboriginal education and experiences within the school, contributing to the safe and inclusive environment that schools can be for students with an Indigenous background. Kira is in year 6 at a new coastal primary school. She just moved from the Gold